to give you an idea, we started this chapter on Friday. And under that particular day, I gave an overview of what all we shall study, and we completed one topic that is known as drain of wealth. Yes, Kavna. Everyone, those who attended the lecture on Friday, do you remember drain of wealth? All of you, do you remember drain of wealth? Any problem in drain of wealth? In one slide, I had made the entire notes for drain of wealth. Hopefully, you don't have any issues with drain of wealth. Okay, now, all of you, the first topic, and again, the next topic is very easy, and you can use it with common sense. You will be able to do this part. The next part for today's lecture is deindustrialization. All of you, what do you understand by deindustrialization? Every one of you. Closing of industries, market decline. In traditional industries, industries started to degrade. Industry was vanishing day by day, not promoting industry. Correct. None of you are wrong. So, everyone, let's say I will write a question at the very beginning. Question is, what do you mean by deindustrialization? What were the factors that led to deindustrialization? What were the impacts of deindustrialization? Everyone, is the question clear? Question has three parts. Number one, it is asking you, what do you understand by deindustrialization? Number two, it is asking you, what are the factors that led to deindustrialization? And number third, it is asking you is what are the impacts or what were the impacts of deindustrialization? So basically, it is the three parts that we are going to study. So let me, guys, from here onwards, to write deindustrialization, I will use the word D because it's a very lengthy word. It takes a lot of time. Everyone, a good definition of deindustrialization would be that this is a process. Process of what? Process of a continued and marked decline in traditional industries. Everyone, basically, if you see here, all of you, please focus on this definition. Deindustrialization is a process under which, please note, continuous means lagatar, continuously. What we find is that there is a marked decline. Marked decline means that it is not that yesterday there was 10 and today it became 9. It is deindustrialization. It is definitely lessening of the industries, but deindustrialization is 10 becoming 5 or 4 or 3. Marked, very noticeable decline in what? Traditional industry. For example, India had, everyone, a lot of textile industries in those days. But now, because of deindustrialization, these traditional industries, they are declining. They are going down here. So if I say under this, there is a destruction of Indian craft industries. Everyone, can you give me some example of Indian craft industry? All of you, can you give me some example of Indian craft industry? Of course, handloom is there, textile, jute, I'll take that. Muslin will come into that. Cotton, jute, all those silk, sarees and everything. Cottage industries would be there. Pottery, okay. See, metal work also will be there. No? You would have metal work. All that also would come under that. Handicraft will be there. Absolutely. So, I'll just give you one more point under the definition, which will make this much more clearer. That under deindustrialization, we find a decrease in the proportion of the national income generated by industry and the percentage of the population dependent on it. So till yesterday, let's say 50 lakh Indians were dependent on this. Now only 5 lakh are dependent. Till yesterday, it generated, let's say 25% of our national income. Now generates only 5% of our income. Everyone, can you write this part now? What do you mean by deindustrialization? Everyone, can you write this part based on this much? See, we have to be very objective in our answers. They go 250 words maximum. We got 50 words in the definition. Now let us come to the factors of deindustrialization. That we will study, Amit, now. All of you, first and foremost reason. How many of you have heard about this? Industrial Revolution. How many of you have heard about Industrial Revolution? Great. Everyone has heard. Now let's take an example. And take example of Amit. Till yesterday, Amit used to wear a locally made cloth. But now, what has happened is, because in Britain, Industrial Revolution happened, so the clothes are prepared in Britain. Now, all of you, Amit has stopped wearing clothes manufactured in India and has started to wear clothes which were manufactured in Britain. Everyone, tell me, if the demand of goods from Indian industries would decline, do you think the industries will survive? All of you, do you think now the Indian industries would survive? So don't you think if there is no demand, invariably it leads to deindustrialization? Now, related to Industrial Revolution only, think guys, all of you think. Let's say in Manchester, they are manufacturing clothes. Now, all of you think, for the manufacture of clothes, you require raw material. Let's say example is cotton, jute, etc. Now, all of you think, everyone, simple point. Guys, where does cotton grow? Where does jute grow? Obviously, they grow in India. Britain does not produce these particular crops. Now, let's say this time example is Shiva. All of you, Shiva is a manufacturer of clothes in India. But the problem is, the raw material is going to England. Everyone, don't you think there will be a shortage of raw materials in India? All of you. And if there is a shortage of raw materials in India, don't you think that this is leading to deindustrialization? Everyone, don't you think it is leading to deindustrialization? Because if there are less raw materials, invariably it will lead to deindustrialization. Third point, everyone, a very, very big reason why deindustrialization happened only in India is, think like this: whatever the Britishers are producing through industrial revolution, every one of you, think, whatever is being produced in industrial revolution, all of you, who will buy those goods? If they are producing, let's say, clothes, who are going to buy that? By ultimately, it is we Indians who will consume this. All of you think, na? Britain's population is very, very small, whereas India's population is much higher than theirs. So if they are manufacturing goods, invariably they will sell it in India. And for that, very important point is that Rohit Kumar, who earlier used to buy the goods in India, should no longer buy goods in India, rather should be dependent on goods manufactured in London. Now, let me take another point. Fourth, please understand, everyone, all of you, you know this. I'm only repeating. Everyone, this is India. This is Britain. Everyone, tell me, is there a huge demand of Indian goods in Britain in those days? All of you. Is there a huge demand of Indian goods in Britain in those days? Everybody agrees? Thank you. India used to supply textile to the whole world. In the arrival of European chapter, we have studied. Now, we have already studied this in the chapter of arrival of Europeans. Now, guys, British, when they are doing industrial revolution in their country, they have also made laws under which the import duties are made very, very high. That is, if Indian goods are coming to Britain, invariably because of the high import taxes or duties, they become much more costlier. All of you, will you agree to this? Everyone, will you agree to this point or not? Because my good is a 5 rupee. Put 100% tax on that. It becomes 10 rupees. Now all of you think, will anyone buy that? No. See, please understand, Britain requires raw material, not the finished goods. Now they are preparing finished goods in their own country. That's why they don't require Indian goods. Getting my point? Lastly, everyone, do you understand this concept of economics of scale? All of you, do you understand this concept of economics of scale? Okay. Let me see. I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say this is a simple keyring. If I prepare one keyring, it may cost me 1 rupee. But if I prepare this key on a very large scale, let's say I'm producing 10,000 pieces of this, maybe per piece cost comes down to 80 paisa. Everyone, Britain is doing this. They are doing industrial revolution. So there, one shirt is manufactured 10,000 pieces, whereas Indians, they produce it by hand. So invariably, the English goods were much cheaper than the Indian goods, and thus they penetrated easily in Indian market. Everyone, am I clear? All of you, is this point clear? And then the last point. Everyone, last point. Think it like this. All of you, think like this. Okay. This is a raw material. Let's say this is a raw material and the price of this raw material is 10 rupees. Price of this raw material is 10. But sometimes the Britishers may pay more. Let's say they pay more and buy this raw material. Why? Because they know even if they buy it at 12, they may sell it at 15 and earn the profit. On the other hand, Indians would never be able to buy this on a big number, on a higher price. So invariably, the last point of the factors is that sometimes the English traders would buy raw materials at a relatively higher price. Now, if you all understand this, guys, will Indians have raw materials now? If the Britishers are buying the raw material at a higher price, will we have the raw material? Absolutely. There will be a shortage of raw material for the Indian manufacturers because Indians will not be able to buy the raw material at a heavier or at a much higher price at this point of time. Everyone, am I clear with all these points? All of you. Shiva, we will come to that. Shiva will come to that. No, Shyam, it's the beginning. In the very beginning. In the very beginning, we are talking about that. Hardeep, I said 10 rupee good is being bought at 12. Okay, all of you, take a simple example. All of you think in this way, that there is a big company. Just for example's sake, I'm saying, let's take example of Reliance. Reliance is a very big company. When they launched Jio, initially they made Jio free. Now, because they have deep pockets, they have a lot of money, they can afford to give these offers. Now, all of you think, can the same thing be done by a small company? Everyone, can the same thing be done by a small company? This competition is unequal. Now, similarly, think about English traders. English traders initially buy the raw material at a higher price, even if it means they are having some losses at times. But everyone, if there is no raw material left for the Indians, don't you think Indian industries, they shut down? Everyone, is the last point now clear? All of you, clear? Absolutely clear? Now, think about this. Just for those guys, those who are asking this point to be explained again, let me tell you one thing. Dekho, in those days, there used to be discriminatory law. Guys, what do you understand by discriminatory law? All of you, what do you understand by discriminatory law? Absolutely, absolutely, Raj. One law for Indians, another law for the British. That is, they were partial towards the British. For example, our goods, they are charged with 200% tax, 400% tax. Their goods, nominal 2% or 10% tax. Everyone, do you get this point? Discriminatory law. Their goods, if less tax, invariably, yes, Britishers are ruling us, Kavna. So they will make these discriminatory laws which favor their industries. In fact, I can tell you guys, for those, everyone, I'm rubbing this. I'm rubbing this thing. All of you, who brought railways to India? Everyone, who brought railways? British. Okay, no doubt. Now see here. All of you, do you know there is something called freight rates? Everyone, do you know this term? See, when you send your goods by train, malgadi, you pay these charges. Cost for transporting of goods from one place to another. You know, in this also, the laws were such that charges for Indian goods were higher than British goods. All of you, let's say this is a railway line on which more Indian goods move. They would charge it more. This is a line where mostly British goods move. They would charge it less. Everyone, do you understand discriminatory law now? All of you, do you understand discriminatory law now? Please focus just now. Okay, last point. And this is a very simple point. In fact, 2 points I can tell you. Everyone, will you accept lack of technical support also was one of the reasons for deindustrialization? Yes, Tejas, you are correct. Everyone, who does not understand this green point, lack of technical support? Anyone who does not understand lack of technical support? Ritu, I'm in that point only. Guys, you all tell me, na, Britain has done so much of scientific progress that they have done industrial revolution. Whereas Indians, we are still stuck with hand looms. All of you, they have made machines. Have we done that? All of you tell me. Think about this. They did industrial revolution. What have we done? हम लोग चरखे पे हैं. We are still with those hand looms. Everyone, is lack of technical support clear? Everyone. Last point. No, we did not do anything. Yes, Ramya, you are correct. Last point, guys. Lack of financial support. Everyone, do you understand this point? Lack of financial support. Everyone, think about this. Dekho, this is a very common sense chapter. Okay, let's take example of Musharraf. Musharraf is an Indian businessman, wants to start a new factory, but he does not have money. On the other hand, Mr. John is a British entrepreneur. He wants money. Where can he go? He can go to a local bank, local, any of those, where he could get the money. And there are examples. It is said, alone London in those days had more than 600 banks. Whereas Mr. Musharraf in India, if he has to start a industry, he will have to go to a money lender called Rohit Kumar. Rohit Kumar will say, Mr. Musharraf, take money, but I will charge you, let's say 30% or 40% interest. Invariably, everyone, don't you think Indian entrepreneurs will never get the money? Everyone, am I clear? Last point, and we are done with the second part of this question. And I think this is a very, very, I would say, harsh criticism. Guys, in some books it is mentioned that we Indians had no sense of entrepreneurship. Guys, under this, some books have written that Indian traders, once they lost the British market, they should have searched newer markets in those days. Please understand, guys. Some books mention, okay, your British market has closed. Why not go to Southeast Asia? Why not go to Africa? So some books mention that Indian traders did not search for new markets after they lost the British market. Which that's why I said this is a very harsh criticism, because ultimately we know who was ruling India in those days. Everyone. Yeah, British. They had colonized us, they had made the rules, and their rules were such that we Indians could not do much here. Everyone, am I clear? All of you, is this clear? Everyone, am I clear with the second part of my question? That what are the factors that led to deindustrialization? Last part. Yes, Satyam, you are correct. But then there would be not initially. It all was not under the British only. Chahat, you can write. Dekho, it is social studies. You can write the points. Only thing is, you have to be very, very clear in explaining it to the your evaluator. Last point, guys. And before I write it, you all tell me now. You have 1 minute. Shreyas, so tell me, what should we do? Guys, what are the impacts? Hardeep, we will study that after some time. We haven't reached that point now. We will do that. See, all of you, whoever you are writing, whatever you are writing correct. None of you are wrong till now. But I have to explain it to you. Everyone, will you admit, before the British arrival, India was a balanced economy? Everyone, will you admit it or not? That before the British, we had good amount of agricultural industries, and we had agriculture plus industries. But the impact was that the Britishers made us a agricultural based economy only. Everyone, is this first point clear? All of you, now please keep on looking at this. Is the first point clear? We had agriculture, we had industries, but the British, they ruined our industries. So we totally became what? Only agricultural based economy at this point of time. Number two, all of you, I'm giving you one example. For 1 minute, notice here. These are industries. And Rohit Kumar works in this industry. Everyone, these industries got closed. Can I write? Now, Rohit Kumar is unemployed. All of you, can I write that Rohit Kumar is now unemployed? So that means one of the impact of deindustrialization is large levels of unemployment. Now, understand second point. All of you, after Rohit Kumar has lost the job, where will Rohit Kumar go? Every one of you, where is Rohit Kumar now going to go? By Rohit Kumar will move to his village, where Rohit Kumar has this much land on which his brother, Rohit Kumar's brother right now, Prateek Chandrayan, is working. Now Rohit Kumar will go to Prateek Chandrayan and will say, my dear brother, now I have come back. Now both of us will work together on this land. Guys, the land is good enough only for one person, but both the brothers, they are working on this land. So ultimately, Underemployment, unemployment also, there is disguised unemployment. That is, both the brothers, they think that we are employed, but the reality is one of them is still unemployed. So that's called your disguised unemployment. Very soon, all of you, both the brothers, maybe this generation or the next generation, will lead to division of land, further division of lands. So everyone, because this will lead to fragmentation of agriculture. All of you, do you accept this? Land के टुकड़े हो गए. The land has been divided into small fragments. And if you all have this idea, this fragmentation leads to stagnation in agricultural production. Everyone, now also, you go to your villages. Many of you must be from village background, those whose parents or relatives, do agriculture. Guys, one of the problem of our agriculture is what? That our land parcels are very, very small. And that also, I go to my village, my uncles over there, they will say, there I have one piece of land, 1 acre. And there also I have got 2 kattha of zameen, land. So like this fragmentation, it is, Kushin, you are correct. It is, everyone, stagnation means the agriculture is not growing. In fact, it is moving like this. All of you, can I say this? Everyone. Okay. Let me take. All of you, can anyone, or leave it, I'll only tell you, just have patience. Loss of culture and history. Everyone, loss of culture and history. What do you understand by this? See here. Rohit Kumar used to make a very, very good sari. Why? Because earlier, this sari might be bought by the king and his ministers. Now, these kings and ministers have been replaced by the British. All of you tell me, do the Britishers wear sari? Will they wear sari? No, they don't wear sari. So, everyone, you tell me, if there is no market for sari, will Rohit Kumar manufacture sari anymore? Will I manufacture sari if there is no one going to buy this product? And on top of that, tell me last thing, all of you, you tell me, everyone, we learn a lot from our parents. In fact, those who have sociology as your optional, one of the part of definition of family is that the work of family is to teach the next generation how to have a livelihood, survive. Now, you all tell me, if nobody is buying my sari, will I teach my son that you should also manufacture sari? Will I do this? Why? I will not teach him. Why should I teach him if there is no market for sari anymore? So all of you tell me, does it lead to loss of culture and history or not? Everyone, there were so many types of, for example, brass work, malmal work. All this got replaced. Am I clear? Last point, and we are completely done with the deindustrialization portion. Okay, guys, I'm building the link for my next topic. Everyone tell me, did British establish any I would say, I'm giving sari only as example, Sandeep. I'm giving, you can bring it to brass work, malmal work. All of you think about this. Did British establish any factory, any industry in India? All of you. Did British establish any factory, any industry? Yes, few. Of course, few. I'm not saying a lot, but they did establish a few jute mills, a few cotton mills. Now, everyone, you tell me, if the Britishers established these industries, can I say they were mostly established in few places? All of you, can I say that most of these industries which were built by the British, they were manufactured in areas like Bombay, Calcutta, Madras? Can I say this? All of you. Will I be correct to say that this led to lopsided development in India? Everyone, will I be correct to say some places became much more advanced compared to others? For example, let's say the areas in and around Bombay developed very much, but maybe the areas in and around Bihar did not develop that much. Everyone, lopsided means unequal growth, regional imbalance. And last but not the least, think, guys, you all have heard about a word called migration. Everyone, have you heard about a word called migration or not? Now, the people started to migrate from the backward areas to those areas where there was jobs. So there was another thing that it contributed to a lot of migration of people. Last but not the least, everyone, all these problems, ultimately, you all tell me, guys, you all are mature people preparing for UPSC. Tell me, will I be correct to say that when there is regional imbalance in the country, it leads to problems in nation building? All of you, will I be correct to say, even today, you all can see some areas are much more developed than others, others are not that much developed, and this leads to problems of nation building. So now, guys, I can see a lot of you, some people are asking continuously that, sir, why did British establish a few industries in India? Give me 1 minute, guys. For those who are asking why British established a few industries in India. All of you, you tell me. Keep on telling me, all of you. Number one, the British saw that India, they could make a lot of profit. All of you, will you please listen to me? Everyone, you tell me. Just keep on showing the thumbs up. Anyone, they think in India they can make a lot of profit. That's why they established a few industries. Now, Raj is asking how. Arey bhai Raj, the easy thing is India has cheap labor. All of you, India has cheap labor. In India, Rohit Kumar will work for 2 rupees in 1 day. In Britain, somebody, Mr. John, had to be paid maybe £2 for that. So, invariably, cheap labor. Now, most of you have already written that, bhai, in India, you have the raw materials. All of you, will you accept it or not? Everyone, ultimately, all the raw material is where? In India. So if you manufacture certain goods in India, the transportation cost is saved. All of you, will you agree to this? Transportation cost is saved. Ultimately, guys, whatever you manufacture in Britain, that is brought to India only. So the other factor is market is also where? In India and its neighborhood. The fact of the matter is, ultimately, the market is also in India only. So whatever you manufacture there, you will have to bring in India only. Who is ruling India? British. And it is their administration. So British administration is offering all the help. Everyone, will you admit this? Ultimately, the Britishers are like, yes, you come, we will give you all the help. Don't worry. Last. Now, everyone, please listen. Some people are asking, why only few? Why not all? Then think, will the English people not lose all the jobs? Do you want them to lose all the jobs? They will create problems over there. Last but not the least, guys. Yes, Kalbi, they sell in the neighborhood. All of you, if planters have to grow jute, where will they grow it? Can they grow jute in England? Everyone. Can they grow jute in London? Everyone. No. Because in geography, you would have studied jute requires more than 200 centimeters of rainfall, requires a particular type of soil, let's say alluvial soil, requires a particular type of climate. That's called your tropical climate. That is not available in Britain. Similarly, guys, let's take another example. Tea. Can they grow tea in there in Britain? No. Tea also requires a particular type of climatic as well as geographical factors, locational factors. Fine example. Move out of agriculture, all of you. If they have to do the mining of coal, they have to come to Jharia. They have to come to Chhattisgarh. They have to come to Odisha. They cannot take the coal from our country without mining it. So all of you tell me, will these industries be established in India only or not? Everyone, will these industries be established in India only or not? Ultimately, you cannot establish these industries in Britain. Last point, guys, and we are done with this. Yeah. Diminishing avenues for investments at home. Did you understand this point, guys? Diminishing avenues for investment at home. Do you understand this point, everyone? All of you. Do you understand this point? Diminishing avenues for investment at home. Okay. Understood. Let me give you one example. Everyone see here. Let's say there is a businessman in Britain. Through Industrial Revolution, he made a lot of profit. But later, different other people also established similar factories in that area. Similar factories in that area were established by other people also. Now, everyone, think like this. Earlier, he was making profit like this. Don't you think now his profit would taper off? He might not make the similar amount of profit because there is so much of competition now. So, guys, don't you think this man, let's say Rohit Kumar, will think, let me now move to a new area where I can invest money and make more profits? Everyone, do you understand this? Diminishing avenues for investment. He has money, but he does not see more to be pumped in Britain. Rather, if he pumps that in India, he thinks he can make much more profit at this point of time. Now, last thing, most probably either in geography or in economics, guys, these are two facts that you should remember for prelims. Everyone, where was the first jute mill constructed in those days? Everyone, good Shiva, good Vechri. Rishra, it's in Bengal. 1855 and cotton mill in Bombay. These were, constructed, and this was constructed by Kawaji. Last thing, and we are done with this chapter because somebody had asked, I've already explained, and yet I will explain again for anyone who thinks why Britain only established a few industry in India. Please understand, guys. The reason for that was British established a few industries only. Reason was to not jeopardize their own industries back home. All of you, it means they did not want to, jeopardize their own industry, because if every industry is established in India, the people in Britain, they will lose jobs. Everyone, if the people will lose the jobs over there, will their government survive? All of you, will their government survive? Think about this. They will lose elections. People will be unhappy that you have destroyed. Jeopardize means destroy, that you have destroyed our industries. So guys, in Brit or in India, only limited industries were allowed, which basically leads to only a partial industrialization in India. Everyone, Britain never ever allowed a full-scale industrialization in India. So during the British rule till 1947, every one of you, we hardly had any large-scale industry. Guys, you must have gone through your NCRTs, 12th class post-independence. We will see this later. I think chapter number 3, it talks about that the first governments, like Mr. Nehru's government, they established the large-scale iron and steel industries. Let's say, example, Bhilai. Lots of these, power generating industries like in Bokaro, Rourkela, different places. All these were established. Durgapur was established. Britain did not give us any of these, isn't it? Chitturi, we are talking about the government also. Yes, Nisar, you are correct. British East India Company is only there till 1857. We are talking about the whole till 1947. Everyone, am I clear with this? Am I clear? And to complete this, you all can understand. This, whatever industrialization happened in our country, just give me a second. Where should I write? Just give me a second. Okay, I'm writing here, guys. Whatever industries got established in India gave rise to two classes of people. All of you. One is the worker class. Everyone, what is a worker class? In factories, you have workers, and the other one is the owners of this, the industrial capitalist class. So you have two types of people here. One, the worker class, and the another, the industrial capitalist class. Am I clear? Chitturi, we will study. Have patience. Anna? Have patience. We have not done that. We have to come to that point. After 1857, it is the British East India Company's rule has ended. And we will see that after that, it is directly the British government which is ruling India. So you will see British will rule us directly. Everyone, we are done with why British established a few industry in India. And now, some people, Rajesh is asking that, sir, if the Britishers constructed a few factories in India, Did they make laws to govern them? All of you. Did they make laws to govern us or our industries and our factories? Every one of you. Do you think they will make laws? Of course, everybody is writing. They will make laws. Are bhai, if there are so many factories which are going to be in India, you require certain laws like Indian Factory Act 1881. Similarly, if I go this side, Indian Factory Act 1891. Getting my point, guys? Similarly, if you want another law, Trade Disputes Act of 1929. Nishant, very few. All of you, now tell me, can we remember every point of these laws? Think about this. Can we remember every point? No. Virtually impossible. There might be hundreds of points under these law. So we will look into some very, very important point here. So for example, guys, Factory Act of 1881 mainly concerned itself to child labor. Everyone, you understand child labor? Anyone who does not understand child labor? Child labor समझते हो ना सब लोग? Okay, thank you. Now see here. I'm sorry. So first of all, guys, in order to make any law for child labor, I'm sorry, you have to define who is a child. So they said that anyone between the years of 7 to 12, they said, is a child. Yes, Shreya. Everyone, do you understand this? Please don't compare from today. Those who are writing, no, sir, it is under 14. Those who are writing, it is under 18. Those are the rules from today. In 1881, that is 140 years ago, anyone between this age is a child. So they said, under 7, employment is prohibited. They said no child below the age of 7 is allowed to work. Now, everyone, tell me, before I go further, why are children employed in industries? Think about this. All of you. Why are children employed in industries? Absolutely. One is cheap. They are cheap labor. They are a cheap labor. There is absolutely no doubt. Number two, they take less wage. Zeba, you are correct. Number two, guys, understand. Children, they are smaller in size. Their fingers are smaller. So in those days, there used to be very, very big machines. So in order to clean the machinery, you could use whom? These children. Am I clear with both the points? Everyone. The money factor and number two, their size, which helps them in reaching every nook and corner of a machine. Number two, these child workers, they will work maximum 9 hours per day. All of you, they will work only 9 hours per day, not more than that. They will not work more than this much. Number third, they will get 4 holidays per month. That is, in 1 month, they will be getting 4 holidays. And the last is hazardous machinery will be fenced. That is hazardous. They would be totally fenced. Fence means that from all the side, grilling would be done, because you can understand a child of, let's say, 8 years is working. So invariably, this had to take care that nothing happens to them. All this decided by a committee, because many Indians, they had started demanding better facilities for our workers when it comes to industries. Yes, Musharraf. Yes, Tulsi. Hazardous machinery, guys. Let's say there is a big machinery. It should be from all the sides, fenced, grilling, so that the children don't enter into this. Getting my point? Others, that's what, no, they are saying these 7 to 12 are allowed. Below 7, it would not be allowed. Now, everyone, do a comparison. Please focus here. Look at these 4 points on the right, and now look at the 4 points on the left. I'm saying last time 7 to 12. This time they said 9 to 14. That is, the 7-year minimum was increased to 9, 12 was increased to 14. Number 2, 9 hours per day was made 7 hours per day. They said a child will only work 7 hours in one day. Number 3, 4 holiday per month was changed into 1 holiday per week. Guys, does it make any change? 4 holiday per month and 1 holiday per week. Does anything change here? For everyone, those who are writing no, please understand it changes. 4 holidays in a month means 48 holidays in a year. 1 holiday per week means 52, and at times even can go to 53 holidays in a week, in a year. Can you see the difference? All of you, can you see the difference? Getting my point? Number 2, let me tell you, guys, even now, how many of you are working professionals? Okay, just I'll take 1 minute. Guys, I'll just do a poll. A is you are a working professional. B is you are not a working professional. Just want to understand something. There are 2 options. You have 10 seconds. A is working professional. B is non-working professional. Just wanted to understand. Now, those who have quit the job, put it under B. So 30% are working professionals, 70% are non-working professional. Now, just wanted to understand something. Guys, those who are working professional and those who are non-working professional, let me tell you, you both are preparing for the same exam, but your strategy has to be very, very different. When I was preparing in the first 1.5 years of my preparation, I had quit the job. And then in the next part of my preparation, I was working and preparing. And I remember very clearly, managing both the things is a very, very different ball game altogether. Coming back to this, you all will understand. Hazardous machinery, they said, should be more properly fenced. They said this fencing of the hazardous industry should be much more properly done. Last but not the least, for women, they said 11 hours per day with 1.5 hour break. That means a woman will work for 9.5 hours. And remember, guys, if a woman has given birth to a child, minimum 4 weeks after the birth of the child, she should not be given any work. She should not be given any work. Getting my point, guys? Why? Because you can understand she would be weak in those days. So the Britishers did not want their efficiency to come down. For those who are asking, no, these are not paid holidays. Please understand, these are not paid holidays. It means she is unemployed. For those who are asking, what about men? It was unregulated. Men will keep on working. There is no, time as such that 9 hours, 11 hours, nothing like that. For those who are asking why these laws are coming, these laws are coming because Indian leaders were demanding better working conditions. And at this moment, they can take an example, N.M. Lokhande. N.M. Lokhande was a very, very big trade union leader of those days. Later, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I think in Friday's class, you will study about N.M. Joshi, another big. There is no maternity leave. Please understand, guys. It is, you are not going to get the money in these 4 weeks. Last but not the least, remember, it does not apply to British owned coffee and tea plantations. Guys, if you are a worker working in the tea plantations of the British, this law does not apply. That means if a laborer refuses to work once the contract is done, this is basically a criminal offense and he could be even arrested. If you are doing any such thing which is, after the contract has come, for example, let's say I'm a worker and there's a contract between me and the British owned tea plantation owner, and then I don't work, I could even be arrested at this point of time and put behind the bar. Everyone, please again understand, there is nothing wrong in asking questions, but then please be very objective when you are preparing. We cannot know every point under these. Focus on the most important points, forget the other points. Break, guys, you cannot work endlessly for 11 hours. For lunch break, for snacks break, you need break. That's the break. That's not time, it is hour. Shit Kalgar. Everyone, are the two laws clear? Guys, for men, these number of hours were not specified. That is basically, men will keep on working till they fell. That is, till they have got exhausted. बचा ही नहीं कुछ और, गिर गया, थक गया. If the worker is so tired that he will be like, I'm done, then it is done. Everyone, I don't know how many of you have heard about an exam called EPFO. All of you, have you heard about this exam, EPFO? See, most probably you will also fill the form. It's a very good, prestigious job. It is Employment Provident Fund Organization. They conduct their exams, and these EPFO positions, they are grade A positions, just equivalent to, just like you are preparing for IAS, IPS, IRS, just like that, this Provident Fund, this is also a grade A job. Under this, whenever you will see the syllabus of EPFO exam, you will see they ask about all the factory acts. And let me tell you guys, these factory acts, for example, here we studied 81, 91. There are factory acts after independence also. So Indian Factory Act 1948, 1956, no Mehul. This, for those who want to prepare and give some more, this is a very good prestigious exam. Okay. I'll just remove this. Why is not coming? Just give me a second. Okay. One person has already said, do you know anything about this act, guys? Trade Disputes Act 1929. Prashansha, it is. Which you are absolutely correct. Yes, Shreyank, you are correct. Trade Dispute Act, basically it prohibited strikes without prior notice. No strikes. You cannot do strikes in your factory and all that. And under this, they provided for a board which was called Board of Conciliation, or they said it is Court of Inquiry. This was to settle industrial disputes. Though I am telling you here, guys, we will study it in our 16th module. The great Bhagat Singh, when he had thrown the bomb in Central Assembly, the Central Assembly was talking about this particular law. And Bhagat Singh at that moment had thrown the bomb in the Central Assembly. And under this, the problem was that their decision was not binding on the two parties. It was simply not binding on the two parties. And that's why it was a failed mechanism. And Bhagat Singh, we will study about him later. And to give you a perspective, this is not important. Already asked in prelims. A question has come on Trade Disputes Act earlier. Settle industrial disputes, Afreen. Some questions. Anyone? What is chintz? All of you. What is chintz? Any one of you. What is chintz? Correct, Vichi. Vichi, you have attended the class earlier also, no? Mega good. Yeah, good. Okay, guys. Anyone? What is calico? Any idea? What is calico? Okay. No issues. Okay, guys. What is muslin? Everyone, what is muslin? What is muslin? Good. Now, all of you, will you accept UPSC asks terminology question? They will simply give you what is chintz and give you 4 options. It is a cloth, it is a type of chess, it is a bead, it is none of these. Guys, from calico, they can ask you, the word calico comes from Calicut. The word comes from the Hindi goddess Kali. The word comes from the foreign place California. None of these. Everyone, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Everyone. My suggestion, and this suggestion will work much more in ancient and medieval. All of you. In ancient, medieval, and even in Bipin Chandra. Guys, let's say I'm writing certain words. See here. Wazir, Mir Bakshi, Sarvadhikari, Dulwai, Zizia, any such word in the book, if it is given in italic, a word which might be Urdu or Hindi word, write at one place whenever you should have one, particular portion, and in front of that you can write, okay, it is Prime Minister. This means Commander in Chief. No, there were so many which we have studied, like Chot, Sardesh Mukhi. Everyone, can you do something like this? All of you, can you do something like this? Takavi, absolutely Pradeep, Kalisa. Getting my point? Dekho, terminology, nobody will teach you. Nobody can teach. This will keep on coming when we are studying. But keep it at one place. It will be really helpful. For example, see here, all of you, chins. Great. If it is given in ARMs, use the ARMs. All of you, chins. See here, chins is also known as Calico Act. What is this chins? What is this Calico Act? Any type of fine cloth, on which there was printed designs were produced in large quantity in Masulipattnam. And there was a huge demand of these goods in those days in Europe. So what England did is they brought a law, they brought a legislation under which they banned all such clothes and they called it as a Calico Act. Now, where does this word Calico Act comes? This word comes from the word Calicut. Why? Because the Arab travelers used to come to Kerala, take the goods from India and take it to Europe. And thus this term became very, very famous. Portuguese had come searching spices and they had landed in Calicut in those days. Apart from this, the word muslin comes from the word Mosul. Mosul is a very important place in modern day Iraq because the Arab merchants used to change the goods or hand it over to the others, here only to the European traders. Getting my point? Good, Vichy. So please understand, everyone, please focus on these terminologies in a big manner. Everyone, am I clear till here? I'll give you a break after some time. No, Satyam, we will do that. Have patience. See, dekho, all of you tell me one thing. And again, I'll do a poll. A is for yes and B is for no. How many of you think this chapter is easier compared to the previous week's chapters where we did all the war, battle, the expansion? How many of you think it is easier? Answer yes. How many of you think it is not that easier? Answer no. %90 say it is easy. No, Shreyash, we'll do that. 10% people say it is tougher. Guys, those who think tougher, I respect you. But I'm also with A. I'll tell you why. I personally find this chapter logical. I don't have to mug up. The good thing is facts are less. If I interconnect certain points, it leads to my other points. I can write answer without mugging up a lot of details. That's why I personally feel this is a much more easier chapter compared to the other chapters. Getting my point? I'm removing this, clear all. And I'll give you a break exactly at 7:45. Let me start the next chapter. And at the very beginning, this chapter is transport and communication. Overall, this is a less important chapter in the sense that no question has come from this in the last few years. But then that also makes it important because there is always a chance that you will get a question from this. Number 2, guys, no need to read Bipin Chandra or for that matter Spectrum for this part. Every line of Bipin Chandra I will tell you in this chapter. Now from here onwards, let me tell you very frankly, I will keep on telling you some things not to read. Why? I'll tell you that. In the first week, I told you people to read the books. And those who have read the books tell me, don't you feel that everything was covered in the class or not? All of you who have read the books, do you think we have covered everything in the class? So from here onwards, I will keep on telling you, is topic mein mat padho book. I will tell you, in this topic, only read one page, read one paragraph, look at that quotation. Like this, I will tell you. See, I will reduce your work to the maximum. for this exam. Palak, do it from Bipin Chandra if that's the case. Everyone. So for this, leave that. Okay. So I will keep on telling you, and I hope you will keep on listening to me. Either in the live class or later in the recording session, listen to me very carefully. If I say leave something, leave that. Okay. Let's begin. Yes, in geography also in paper 3, you have this chapter, but then in paper 3, Mukesh Jha sir will teach you that what is the length and breadth of the highways today, how many airports we have, what are the national waterways. Here, we are going to look into the historical perspective. Again, guys, in economics also, Shyam sir will teach you this particular thing. But I am going to do it before 1947. Historical point of view. See now, just give me 1 minute. All of you. Before the British arrival, we used to move from one place to another Everyone, will you agree it or not? Before the British, Palki also, you can add that. These are the ways we used to move. Now, before the British only, in Panipat, I have already mentioned this. Grand Trunk Road was there. The British reconstructed it. But our major focus in this chapter is on railways. Everyone, first time a suggestion to build railway in India came in Madras, 1831. First time this suggestion came that let's build a railway in India. But then let me tell you guys, what they said was that the wagons would be drawn by horses. All of you, do you understand this? Wagons would be drawn by horses. That is, there will not be any engine. Instead of engine at the front, there will be a horse or more than one horse, which will be pushing these wagons. Now, ultimately, steam driven railways were proposed in 1834 because this was an absurd idea in 1831. The idea which came was totally absurd. That's why they said we will bring steam driven railways at this point. Now, all of you, do you know first railway line in India? Everyone, first railway line in India. 1853, Bombay to Thana. This is your first railway line. And tell me, who is the Governor General at that point of time? Who is the Governor General? Dalhousie. Dalhousie is the Governor General. Now, see, if you don't put Lord in front of these English gentlemen who were not that gentle, not a problem. Guys, simply you can write Dalhousie, no issues. You can save one word, you can save some time, you can save some energy. No need to write Lord in their case. Now, all of you understand that this project was given strong support by, in those days, the England's railway promoters, financiers, etc. Please understand this. All of you, let's say Rohit Kumar is in England, a person who makes railway wagons. Now, don't you think Rohit Kumar will want that this thing should be replicated in India also? Because if it is done in India also, Rohit Kumar will get more offer, more work to make these railway wagons for India also. For that matter, guys, anyone who has money, they want railways to be introduced in India. And let me tell you, on the part of the British, they said that these Indian railways were to be built by private companies. All of you, Friday's class, some of you were asking this point. See here, the private companies were told that please make these railway lines in India, and they were promised, all of you see here, guaranteed minimum 5% return on their capital by Government of India. Everyone, can you see drain of wealth? Can you see home charges here? These companies are being promised, kuch bhi ho jaye, whatever happens, don't worry, you will get 5% return. Your money is safe. You don't have to worry here. Capital means money. Railway promoters, financiers, Gongala. Everyone, you can see the money they have promised is totally safe. And Dalhousie wanted that we should have 4 major trunk lines which connects the interior of the country with all our, I would say, port towns. Now, next 2-3 lines, if you don't remember, I don't have a problem. If you remember, it's a good thing. See here, guys, I'm giving you some number. 1869, 4,000 miles of railway was constructed. Getting my point? 4,000 miles of railway by these private guaranteed company. But then government thought that this is no, Chandini. Government thought that this is very costly and very slow. So initially government took it, but after 1880, private plus government, they both started to construct it. And by 1905, 28,000 miles of railway was constructed in those days. 28,000 miles is almost 44,000 kilometers of railway line was constructed in those days, which you can clearly see here. Last but not the least, guys, 2 aspects. Everyone, these railway lines were built for 3 reasons. All of you, political, economic, military. Can you tell me what are these? Can you give me one example? What are these political interest of British, military interest of British, economic interest of British? Can you tell me? Okay. Nobody has written anything till now? Yes, absolutely good. Correct. Now all of you, mostly are correct. See here. Economic. The purpose was raw material moves towards ports and finished goods moves towards interior of the country. Everyone, is economic point clear? Economic point is clear or not? Raw material should go to England, so it moves towards port towns, and finished goods, they go towards the interior of the country. Military, everyone, mobilization of troops, that is the people, military people can be moved from one place to another quickly. For example, let's say, guys, that's why even in Burma, northwestern India, railway lines were constructed at very high prices. These railway lines were constructed. Everyone, am I clear? All of you, am I clear here? Everyone, am I clear with this? Third, political. State headquarters connected to various places. So if you have the headquarters, wherever you have, let's say Bombay should be connected to Thana, Bombay should be connected to, let's say, Nagpur, Bombay should get connected to Pune, Bombay should get connected to Satara. So all this was done here. I don't have to say, guys, those who are asking, we have already studied the rates also favored British. The rates were fixed in such a manner that the Britishers were having advantage with regards to that. Guys, did we study or not? Discrimination in the freight rates. Everyone, did we discuss this or not? So clearly, 3 points. All the initial investment of 350 crore rupees came from British. Number 2, which we just now studied, every way Burma was a part of India in those days, Komal. Yes, Krishna, you are correct. Absolutely, Sahiti. Chitturi, you want movement of the officers quickly. Satyaprasad, that's also political only. Guys, just now I said economic, military benefits of Britishers were kept in mind. Indian benefits was never kept in mind. Third and the last, first 50 years, they were financially losing and made profit only after some time. HW, I did not understand. Break, I'll give you. Jigyasa, HW, I did not get what you are asking. Are you asking about homework? Everyone, is railway clear? All of you, is railway clear? Zeba, mostly they were involved. Indians were involved in a very simple manner. Northwest, Surya, that is on the borders of Afghanistan. Northwest India. Yeah, near the borders of this. Political point, basically to move the officers from headquarters to the other towns. Harshit, I'm not getting this. Political benefit, I again explain. First 50 years, they were losing Chitturi. Military to move the troops, forces from one place to another. First 50 years, Sinchana. Kavna, we just now studied that in the deindustrialization chapter only. Yes, Chandrajyoti. Northwest, it is NW, Northwest. Northwest India means near Afghanistan. GOI means Government of India, of course, British government. Okay, guys, take a break. I'm in a very generous mood. You people have understood everything till now. So today, I being very happy, I'm going to give you 11 minutes break. 7:49 till 8 a.m. is your break. Enjoy. The maker of modern India. Discuss. All of you. Dalhousie is known as the maker of modern India. What points will you write? Everyone. What are the points that you are going to write? Okay, somebody is saying railway. Okay, telegraph. Okay, post. Somebody is saying doctrine of lapse. Anything else? Anything else? No, Shikalgar, you are wrong. Shrihari, which point under that? Karthik, what under that? No, Harshita. Sanskar, how? Shrihari, wrong. Shreyash, you are correct. No, Kishan, you are wrong. Everyone, tell me, all of you, How many of you have heard about Pestle framework? All of you, have you heard about Pestle framework? Anyone can tell you, can you tell me what is Pestle framework? Anyone? Pestle framework. Chituri, further. Okay, P for political, E for economic, S for social, T for technological related, environmental, legal. All of you, see here. Will I be correct to say Friday's lecture, Punjab was annexed by Dalhousie? Everyone, Punjab was annexed by Dalhousie, and through doctrine of lapse, he got countries or princely states like Jhansi. Is that political map of India, the modernity in our political map was brought by him? All of you, let's put railway under economic, because we know railway, one of the great factor is it led to the Britishers getting raw material, bringing finished goods, etc., etc. We have not studied this. You will study it in tomorrow's class. Widow Remarriage Act under education, Woods Dispatch. Under technological, bring Post and Telegraph Department. Getting my point? Guys, under economy, you can also talk, he constructed many canals. He only constructed or got the PWD department in those days. Gangetic Canal, PWD department. Am I clear, everyone? If you want to bring this, though it is social, it is an act, so you can bring it here also. PWD means Public Works Department. PWD. Everyone, shush, we will see that later. All of you, can you see? Can you write questions like this? All of you, can you write this? All of you, did you understand Pestle framework? Every one of you, did you understand Pestle framework? See, I'll tell you one thing. When you write this Pestle framework in your mind, how can you bring environmental in history? Think about this, na guys. How can you bring environmental here? Think about this. In history, environmental will not come. Not everything can come. See, this way, you have an automatic template for writing the answer. Similarly, not now, but if you all remember, guys, in subsidiary alliance, which template did I give you? When I was teaching subsidiary alliance, which template did I give you? Absolutely. For those who remember and for those who don't remember, who, when, why, where, what, and if you want to add it further, add how. This thing, if you use this template also, you would get automatically your next point of the answer. Everyone, am I clear? Totally clear? We are done with this chapter. Only part, guys, in those days, the postal stamps earlier used to be, charged differently dependent on the distance, but Dalhousie only brought a uniform rate of half an anna for all over the land. So that was another change which he did in the postal department. Give me 1 second. Those who are asking about the last slide for a minute again, please see. Please see the last line, end it. Did he establish Chandrajyoti? I'm not sure about that. Rafiq, you can put, that's up to you. Uniform rate means earlier the rates used to dip, vary. Long distance, more money. Short distance, less money. But what he did was he brought a uniform rate here. The other slide, those who are asking, doctrine of lapse we will study. We have not done. Doctrine of lapse, when I'm teaching you 1857 chapter, next week, Monday, you will study that. Sahil, I hope this is clear. No, Yelagada, yes. Yes. Your Grand Trunk Road was also, completed by him only. GTR. Shreyash, we will study that. Have patience. Kavna, you don't have to have contribution from every area for everyone. All of you. Very important chapter. Last 10 years, 3 prelims questions have come, and good chance mains questions will also come. There is a very big chance mains questions can come from here. And again, guys, if for the next 1 hour, if you just focus on these slides, this chapter will be done. See here. Brought in 1793. The 2 people, Cornwallis and John Shore. They were responsible for this settlement that's called your Zamindari system. Now, everyone, see, these are certain years, 1772, 73, 74. And the revenue collection for British was everyone, can you see this graph? Everyone, can you see this graph? Do you see any problem with this graph? This is year and this is revenue collection. Guys, do you see any problem? The problem is, many people are correctly writing, the problem is fluctuation. Everyone, usually, what is the thinking? This year I earned this much, next year this, next year this, next year this. So, all of you, people can plan. But if there is so much of fluctuation, all of you tell me, can the Britishers plan anything? Every one of you, you tell me. If there is so much of fluctuation, can any planning be done that next year we will earn this much? How will you do, Shambhavi? How will you plan here? Tell me, on what grounds can you plan that how much are you going to get in 1790? For somebody who is writing yes, and you are the only one, tell me, how do you plan here? See, in my opinion, no planning can be done. That's why all of you see here the name permanent settlement. That is, permanently the revenue was fixed. All of you see here. How? 1790 was taken as the base year. And based on 1790's collection, permanently it was fixed that every year we must get this much. All of you, can you see this? Who devised this? Cornwallis, who in 1793 was Governor General, and John Shore, who is Governor General from 1793 to 98, These two people are given the credit of this. So revenue amount was fixed in the beginning and remained same permanently. All of you, do you understand why it is called permanent settlement? John Shore, Naman. Everyone, do you understand why it is called permanent settlement? Now, why it is called zamindari system? See here, the other name is zamindari system. So in this, see, there are three. Peasant pays to the zamindar and zamindar pays to the government. So basically, guys, zamindar is like a middleman. Middleman means bicholia. It is zamindar who has been given this responsibility to collect the revenue from the peasant. So all of you remember, whatever the peasant gives to the zamindar is called rent, and whatever zamindar pays to the government is called revenue. So rent and revenue, the two terms, hopefully you are clear, is here. Now, this was introduced in Bihar, Eastern UP, Bengal, Northern Tamil Nadu, and Odisha. How many of you are from Bihar, UP? Bengal also to a certain extent. Guys, a lot of you must have heard, even today, people very proudly say, Are hum to yahan ke zamindar the. All this land belonged to us. You know, our forefathers were the zamindars of this area. All this, you know, those who don't understand Hindi, don't worry. I will translate it in English. When I go to my native village and my, relatives who live over there, cousins and second cousins, third cousins, very proudly some people will exclaim, जहां तक देख रहे हो ना, सब जमीन हम लोगों की थी. That is, as far as you can see, all the land belonged to us. Now, that is another matter what is here now, but earlier days, zamindari. Now, everyone, keep on understanding the points. These zamindars, yes, Shreya, these zamindars, remember, were basically local tax collector. And if you all understand, this way, there was a dual ownership over land. That is, with respect to peasant, zamindar is the owner. With respect to zamindar, government is the owner of the land. So that's why we call dual ownership. As you all understand, guys, this middleman who is called zamindar here became owner of land, forest, etc. So the zamindar became very, very powerful in his area. It is on the zamindar to decide, how much is he going to collect here. Now, everyone, tell me one thing. Sham, have patience. I'll come to that. All of you tell me one thing. Very simple point I'm asking. If zamindar does not pay how much the government has demanded, what will happen? All of you tell me. If zamindar is not paying how much the government has, yes, Sanskar, you are correct. See, Sunset Law 1794. Guys, sunset, Suryast Adhiniyam. That means that if on a particular date you did not give the money that was desired from you, you would be removed. So, state could bring new zamindars. Now, everyone, for next 2 minutes, listen very carefully. Let's take example of Rajneesh. Rajneesh is a small farmer. All of you see here, I'm giving you example here. Small farmer, and Rohit Kumar is his zamindar. Guys, initially they both belong to the same village. So Rohit Kumar knew Rajneesh. So Rajneesh this year came and said that, sir, I don't have enough this year. I will give you next year. Rohit Kumar knew Rajneesh, said, okay, Rajneesh, give it to me next year. You can go. But now, Rohit Kumar is removed. And this land would be, or this position will be, auctioned. And usually, in place of Rohit Kumar, an urban merchant will come. So that means maybe land is in Bihar. Let's say in Bihar, you have a district called Darbhanga. So land is in Darbhanga, but this new urban merchant will be living in a faraway place, let's say Calcutta. So this gave rise to absentee landlordism. Everyone, this gives rise to absentee landlordism. Now, all of you, absentee landlord means land is in Darbhanga, zamindar lives in Calcutta. All of you, you people tell me, do you think that this new zamindar will have any affection for this poor peasant Rajneesh? Rohit Kumar had, but this new zamindar, will he have any? Guys, can you see? He had no traditional bond with villager. He only sent mediators to collect tax. Now, everyone, again focus on this next line. Focus. This is zamindar. This is peasant. Everyone, will zamindar come and collect the revenue himself? All of you. Will zamindar come and collect the revenue himself? No. I said he sends a mediator, Z1. Now, guys, will Z1 come and collect the revenue? Will Z1 collect the revenue himself? Many times, no. Please understand. Z1 sent Z2. Z2 sent Z3. Z3 sent Z4. Guys, books mention that many times there were 10 to 20 intermediaries between the peasant and the government. Now, all of you, will you admit that the peasants were exploited? All of you tell me, will you accept that the peasants are being exploited here? One man grows on which all these people are there. All of you, this system having so many, this is known as subfeudation. This is known as subfeudation. Everyone, this system is known as subfeudation. And all of you tell me, if the peasant is being exploited so much, tell me, will he do peasant revolts or not? Everyone, you people tell me, will he do peasant revolts or not? If he is being exploited so much, and last thing you people only will tell me, sometimes in order to pay his loan, will he take loans from, sometimes to pay his rent, Guys, do you think he will take loans from local money lenders? Can I say this? That means sometimes he will be under a lot of loan indebtedness. Do you all accept this or not? Either he would go and do a peasant revolts, or he might take loans at a very, very high interest rate. And guys, that's why can I say that our farmers, they were constantly poor because of these reasons? Everyone, can I say our farmers were poor because of this? No, Shyam, I said dual ownership. See that thing. Lastly, I'm giving you three terms. Whoever does not understand a term, mention the word. Rentable, heritable, alienable. All of you, who does not understand the word rentable? Who doesn't understand the word rentable? Okay, see here, everyone. Land belongs to Rohit Kumar. Rohit Kumar is a zamindar. All of you tell me, Rohit Kumar himself will work on the land. Everyone, tell me, do you think Rohit Kumar himself will work on the land? So what will Rohit Kumar do? Rohit Kumar will give his land to Roshan, to Barkat, to Praveen, to Shiva, to Kishan on rent. And the agreement will be at the end of the year, give me a particular share of your produce. Everyone, do you understand rentable now? All of you, do you understand rentable now? I give the land on rent. Number two, heritable. Heritable means after Rohit Kumar's son will be the zamindar of the land. Everyone, do you understand? Heritable. Who will inherit the property of Rohit Kumar? Rohit Kumar's property will be herited by Rohit Kumar's son. Last but not the least, guys, alienable. Guys, what is alienable? Today, the land belongs to Rohit Kumar. But if he does not give the rent on time, it will not be his anymore. It will be taken by the government. So your land becomes alien to you. All of you, am I clear? Your land is now not your anymore. It has become somebody else's. Everybody, am I clear about this? Their land will be taken, Shyam. Okay, some people are asking, sir, why the British only gave this work to zamindars? Understand, guys? All of you think, na? Tell me one thing. What is easy? Collecting tax from Vishnu and Chitturi or collecting taxes from Vishnu, Chitturi, Megha, Nancy, Priyadarshini, Kishan, Shyam, Naman, Praveen, etc., etc. Guys, think about this. It is always easier to collect taxes from a few. So here, it was easier to collect revenue from a small number of zamindars than from many peasants. And understand one more thing, guys. These zamindars, because I said they are very, very powerful, they became strong supporters or allies of the British. They became strong supporters of the British at this moment. Lastly, what will the zamindar get? Please understand. This amount collection that you are seeing here, 10 by 11 used to go to the government, 1 by 11 used to go to the zamindar. So usually this was the case. So I've already said this revenue has to be fixed at the very beginning, and it was fixed at a very absolute maximum, that is highest amount that could be fixed, it would be fixed like that. Guys, why Cornwallis thought like this? The reason was he was a part of landed aristocracy in Britain. He himself was a zamindar type feudal lord in Britain, and that's why he thought about this particular way of collecting the revenue in those days. Atharv. Alienable means today yours, tomorrow somebody else's. Look at Sunset Law, Shikalgar. Heritable means after me, my son. All of you. Is revenue settlement clear? Permanent settlement? See, many names. Again, those who are writing, please understand. Many names. So some places, some people called it as Jagirdari, some places Lambardari, some places Talukdari, different names in different places. Different names. Am I clear? See, again, I'm repeating, those who are asking word meanings from me, I cannot do that. Please post in the doubt section. Hardly 73 doubts have been posted in the doubt section. And in this chat, I have got more than 400 doubts. I cannot clarify your word meanings. If you cannot understand simple meanings, please post it over there. Everyone. Reotwari. First thing that we have to study here is who brought it. Like the previous one was brought by Cornwallis and John Shore. This one was brought by Sir Thomas Munro. He was the governor of Madras and he brought it in 1820. And the other name was Reed, who had introduced it in Baramahal and Salem district as early as, I should write 1792. 1792. So the two people who have introduced Reotwari system are Reed and Munro, and they introduced this system in Madras, Bombay, Assam, and central provinces. Now, please understand, this will not work. Under this system, peasant gave revenue directly to government. All of you, what is the difference between the previous and this system? Every one of you, what is the difference between the previous and this system? No middleman. Now guys, why no zamindar? All of you think, why no zamindar in this place? Why no zamindar? To ensure less exploitation of peasants. Everyone, will you accept this? Number two, and one point which Chandrajyoti mentions, absence of zamindars in these areas. All of you, did you understand this pink point? All of you, did you understand this pink point? All of you, did you understand this pink point? Everyone. Mughals, they were never there in Assam. They were very weak in Madras. In Bombay also, it was more or less Maratha rule. So please understand, in all these areas, there was an absence of zamindars because Mughal rule was not that strong in these areas. That is why the government took the matter in their own hands. So if somebody asks you why Ryotwari, the answer will be to stop peasant revolts, absence of zamindars in these regions. Any other reason, guys, that you can give? Any other reason that you can? Less exploitation of peasants, Sunil. No, don't think like that, Chandu. No. Okay, good. Sorry. Guys, more money in the hands of in the hands of the peasants would help that the peasants, their purchasing power capacity would be higher. They can buy more goods, which are ultimately whose goods? British goods. So that is another. Number fourth, one bad aspect of zamindari system was in zamindari, land revenue was not increasing, but in Ryotwari, every 20 or 30 years, based on the land survey, more revenue could be generated. Imports it will be. Someshri, sorry. Everyone. Balaraju, they are not here. How can they do any revolt? We already said there is absence of zamindars in this area. So how can they do revolt here? Think about this. Everyone, am I clear with this? Why Ryotwari? Are these 4 points clear? All of you, why Ryotwari? Are these 4 points clear? Yes. Please understand, here the land was surveyed. The land quality was taken into consideration while deciding how much revenue should be collected from any piece of land. And every 20-30 years, it was reassigned. Am I clear? Tell me the negatives, Megha. Okay. Guys, tell me one thing. Some of you are thinking that this money of Zamindar, which was going in his pocket, is being saved. But then all of you understand here. You are not understanding one simple point. Guys, who will collect this revenue from peasant? All of you tell me, who will collect the revenue from peasant? Government officers. Now, don't you think they will have to be paid? Everyone, think about this now. Don't you think government officers will have to be paid? It's not that they will not get the payment. So remember, guys, the peasants usually had to give almost 50% in this case. Government would allot the property rights that is the property rights would be with the government, but then allotted land to peasants as long as they kept on paying taxes. The moment they don't pay the taxes, land could be taken. That is, if you don't pay the taxes, you could be evicted. If you are not paying the taxes, you can be evicted here. Now, all of you, these peasants had to pay revenue even during the times of famine, drought, and on top of that, the government has the right to increase the taxes whenever they wanted. Now, last 2 points. Everyone tell me, let's say I'm a government servant. Think about this like that. And I came to Dipankar. Dipankar gave me 5 kg of rice. Went to Kishan. Kishan gave me 10 kg of pulses. Praveen gave me 50 kg of wheat. Chahat gave me 20 bales of cotton. All of you, what will I do of all this? Everyone, will I collect like this? Guys, will I collect like this? Tell me. No. So how would I collect, guys? Everybody is saying no. Then how should I collect? As a government servant, you people tell me, how should I collect this? Good. Cash. Anurag is correct that we should collect this in the form of cash. And that is why, guys, in South India, can you see lots of cash crops were grown? All of you, can you understand this? Commercialization of agriculture. Tomorrow we will study. In South India, a lot of commercialization. Everybody was being asked, please grow cash crops. And tomorrow only we will see many times it led to loans, indebtedness, and Indigo revolt. Krishna is not here. That's not here. Example of a revolt here, which we will study next week, is Deccan peasant movement. We will study next week, guys. There was a Deccan peasant movement at this point of time, which we are going to study next week. That's agricultural revolt that happened in this area. Am I clear? Guys, those who are asking why loans and indebtedness, please understand, cash crops require a lot of input costs. And if you require a lot of input costs, invariably there would be a lot of, loans that you would have taken at this point of time. Cash crop, we will understand tomorrow. Have patience. We will see that Someshri tomorrow. Guys, don't ask anything about this. Tomorrow we will study commercialization of agriculture. You will see that tomorrow. All of you, some books write that government was basically now a giant zamindar. Will I be correct to say that? All of you, will I be correct to say that? That government is a giant zamindar now? Small zamindars have been replaced by a big zamindar at this point of time. Giant means big, bhavna. This is a simple word of English. Giant zamindar, giant, if I say it correctly, giant zamindar. Last but not the least, everyone, I'm giving you a basic, simple example. See here. Everyone, did we study deindustrialization? All of you, did we study deindustrialization? Anna? Now, everyone, focus for 2 minutes on this. Everyone, Rohit Kumar lost his job. Deindustrialization happened and Rohit Kumar lost his job. Guys, where will Rohit Kumar go now? All of you tell me, where will Rohit Kumar go now? Village. Okay, good. All of you tell me, If Rohit Kumar has no land in village, what will Rohit Kumar do? In the example of deindustrialization, I showed Rohit Kumar has some land. Supposedly, Rohit Kumar is a landless laborer. So don't you think, guys, Rohit Kumar will rent land from a big farmer? And think for a second, Rohit Kumar lives in the area of Madras. So all of you see here, Rohit Kumar has taken the land from a big farmer and the big farmer pays it to the government. Everyone, can you see? Even in Rayotwari, we can see traces of zamindari. All of you, can you see this? Basically, the big farmer is like a zamindar. Rohit Kumar is the peasant. And there is, of course, the government. Yeah, you are correct. You are correct, Raj. The land could be, sold, given on rent, bequeathed. Basically, whoever had this, they would be given patta of the land. That is, the land will belong to someone. The patta was given in those days. That is correct. No doubt about that. Patta was given. Patta is basically a document that, okay, this much land belongs to you. You can have this and all that. Rayotwari is done. Everyone, any doubt in Rayotwari? Everyone, as long as you keep on paying the taxes, Adarsh, it is heritable. If you don't pay the tax, it will be taken away from you. Cash crops we will study tomorrow. Himani question is not clear. Not exactly, Palak. Everyone, Mehelwari. Heard this name? All of you, have you heard this name, Mehelwari? Not heard? Okay. Two people again. Holt Mackenzie and William Bentinck later went on to become the Governor General of India. They are credited with this Mehelwari system, introduced around 1822 in areas like northwestern provinces, Gangetic Valley, Punjab, parts of central India. Yes, guys, in Punjab and all this, it is very, very fertile lands of India. In those areas, this system was introduced. And yes, this comes from the word, everyone, comes from the word Mahal, which literally means neighborhood. And under this unit for revenue settlement was village. At the level of village, this was decided. Now, everyone see here how the revenue was collected. Let's say there is a village. In this, there are 12 farmers. All of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 farmers. And every farmer has that much land which the number is indicating. So farmer number 1 has 1 acre, farmer number 2 has 2 acres. So overall, you can understand, guys, there are altogether 78 acres of land in this particular, I would say, your village. Now, every farmer here had an individual as well as joint responsibility. Individual means, let's say farmer number 1 has to give 100 kg, farmer number 2 has to give 200 kg, farmer number 3 has to give 300 kg. Supposedly, farmer number 11 did not give anything, did not work. So his land would be distributed amongst rest of the people, and the 1100 kg has to be given by the other 11 farmers. Now, who will collect this? It would be collected by Lambardar. Who is Lambardar? He is village headman. That is village pramukh, chief. It is his responsibility to collect the taxes. It is his responsibility to collect all this. So everybody, you can understand, the Lambardar has been given this particular responsibility. Lastly, guys, this you can understand because of this is known as modified zamindari system. What is modified zamindari system? Modified zamindari system means the farmer gives to the Lambardar, Lambardar gives to the government. So guys, you can see basically the Lambardar acts as the zamindar. Am I clear? Everyone, do you understand this? How the Lambardar is acting as the zamindar? And like the Reotwari, here too, survey was done. Then for different class of soil, revenue was fixed. And again, just like Reotwari, time to time, revenue was fixed. And usually 66% was that. Shikalgar, I told you, if these 11 leave, the 11th number leaves, other 11 has to fix his and give his quota. That's joint responsibility. Everyone, least controversial. Almost zero controversy when it comes to this system. Am I clear? No, Kishan. That will always happen, Shesh. If you cannot pay the revenue, your land has to be taken. Everyone, land revenue collection, the three methods are done. All of you, am I clear with this? Shiva, I cannot think of that right now. I really cannot think how you are linking the two. Maybe you might be correct. No, there is nothing like that, Roshan. Survey, that is land is tested. Quality of the land was tested here. Siddhanta, because it was taking some from here, some from others, and it was the last of the three. So basically, the ideas, the best practices were here. Survey was done then for different classes of soil, Roshan. Holt, McKenzie, Komal. Now, I will not tell you the page number of this. At least for one chapter, guys, read, go and find which page number it is there in NCERT, in your Bipin Chandra. You cannot have, every day getting page number from me. Try to do something on your own. Government Sajal. Now, those who know, great, but at least something you have to do now. Atharv, it was not on cash. Guys, some of you are asking if it is best, why not in other areas it was introduced? If you remove the zamindars, don't you think zamindars will fight with you? All of you, Bhavna government, all of you think in permanent settlement, if you remove the zamindars, don't you think the zamindars are going to fight with you? Yeah, Imani, that could always happen. We don't study that, Shreyash. Done. Everyone. Friday we did drain of wealth. Today we started with deindustrialization. We have done the railways and we did the land tenure system just now. Everyone, have we done anything else? All of you, have we done anything else? Transport is railways only, Chituri. Not that much, Atharv. One slide you can do. That's under the deindustrialization, the laws and everything. So, right now I'll only start commercialization of agriculture. May not be able to complete this very easy portion. And tomorrow we will complete this. We'll do famine, the 3 stages of capitalism, and of course, civil services. So just one more topic I'm beginning for 10 more minutes. And please attend this topic, because otherwise you will have problems in tomorrow's class. Everyone read this. All of you. Read this. Now, how many of you come from a background of farmers, agricultural background? And even if you don't come from that, all of you tell me one thing. When we grow crops, don't you think we grow crops with 2 purposes? Either to directly consume it or to sell it in the market. Everyone, is there any third purpose? All of you, is there any third purpose? Either we grow it for consumption or to sell it in the market. Now, number 2, all of you, whichever crop you talk about, guys, they might be food crops or they might be cash crops. Like, for example, coffee, jute. Of course, food crops also give a lot of cash. Basmati rice. I'm not saying that. Indigo will also be a cash crop. So what I'm trying to say is, all of you, and I'm now taking a separate slide just for 5 more minutes. Either the crops are food and cash, and either they are for selling or for consumption purpose. Now, everyone tell me, is this concept or this concept new or old? Did we start selling crops in modern times, or did we did it in the old times also? Guys, earlier days, maybe we would be doing barter system. Maybe. This is not a new concept. Similarly, guys, did we grow cash crops earlier days? Did we grow cash crops in earlier times? Absolutely. Cotton. In ancient history, you will study, cotton was known in Harappan Valley civilization. Harappa civilization knew about cotton. So, both these concepts are totally old concepts. So, if I say it like this, guys, commercialization existed in ancient, medieval, as well as modern times. So, the only question that you can ask me is, then why are we studying it right now? So, guys, we are studying this now because British increased the magnitude of this. The magnitude of this commercialization was increased in 1890s. Everyone, do you get this point? So, the only topic that we will complete here, you will tell me the factors that led to the commercialization. All of you, think, what are the Vetri is correct? Vetri gives me first point that there happened industrial revolution and they required raw material. Industrial revolution, raw material, and that's why they did the crops like cotton, jute, etc. They were required. Any other? What are the factors? Indigo also. Guys, if you want to remember it now, I can give you a small way. See here. Think like this. Cotton to make crops. This cotton will be packed in jute. Will go, and to give blue color, they will be indigo. The workers in Britain, cold climate, would like to drink tea or coffee, and in order to make it tasty, they may add sugar. All these, think about this, all these are there. Can you see, everyone? All of you, you have not given me a very important point. Nobody has given. The most important point is improvement in transport through railways and better roads, because now you have railways, you can take goods from one place to another. Fourth, Britishers have connected our markets, unified national market. So if there is a excess of any particular good in one area, the excess production can be taken to the other areas. For example, onions, let's say, are produced more in Maharashtra. It can be taken by the trains to the different places. Similarly, linkage of markets worldwide. If there is a shortage of particular good, let's say tomorrow you will see cotton goes to Britain from Egypt and India, so, and US. Supposedly in US there is a civil war. Supply has gone down from India, demand has gone up. Now more and more demand, more production of this crop. And lastly, boost to the international trade because of the British finance. They have got a lot of money. They have got a lot of money, and that's why they have invested that money. The planters have come. They are doing plantation crops and this working on them. Of course, guys, labor advantage. You can always talk about that. You have cheap labor in India. So the peasants, they would not charge a lot and would ask for this. Shushti, from 1890s to a certain extent. Absolutely from then. Cheap wages, I wrote, na cheap labor purva. That's the same cheap wages. Anyone else? Any other point? All of you. Any other point? Some disturbance, Kritika, I did not get this. Green Revolution, you cannot talk here. It is in post-independence. Totally, you will get wrong marks. Satyam, that's not here. Not correct. Yeah, the British skill, knowledge, that also helped here. Monsoon was earlier also. Chitturi, so how can that be a factor? Think about this. Don't bring geography here. How can Kamlesh, you cannot mention about restaurant and cafes and hotels at that point of time. You cannot do that. Okay, everyone, today's class, should we end here? Last 10 minutes for your queries. We will continue with this only tomorrow. We will continue with this only tomorrow. The same thing, commercialization of agriculture, and the same chapter we will complete tomorrow. How many of you felt good today? You did not have to worry anything today. Very logical, very simple chapter. Those who did that, great. Enjoy your day. Feel good. Certain chapters will be easy. Certain chapters will be slightly tough. Those who have no queries, go have a good breakfast. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Commercialization is going on. We will study tomorrow again. Shreyank, we will study that tomorrow. Don't worry about that. Those who have queries, have patience. Let me answer your queries one by one. Thank you. Goodbye. We'll meet again tomorrow at 6 a.m. Now, let me see. And those who are writing, thank you. I cannot take your names. Thanks a ton. Sandeep, for today, the homework, the deindustrialization question I gave, write that. Ashwarya, you will have to tell me how you are thinking like this. Uddhav, the first 3 chapters of Bipin Chandra. Shreyansh, I already said we don't study that. Kalbi, I did not understand your question. Satyam, this was the innovation that they did. They felt that the Indians, they were corrupt and they may not be using or doing it in the best possible manner. Subramanya, very good score. Shreyank, we will study that tomorrow. No, Chandu, under drain of wealth, home charges come. Kaustubh, today mine, tomorrow not mine is alienable. Today mine, tomorrow my son's, it is heritable. Sandeep, I already gave this. Rafiq, your question is not clear. Shyam, if you have less time, you can do that. Rahul, I told you, look into the Bipin Chandra today on your own. You cannot have everything, spoon feed it. Do this. Oshin, out of how many marks? There is a lot of money now, Dikshit, in the field. When more money, more investment, invariably it will become bigger. Sangram, you can say that. Good, Oshin. Kalbi, I told you around 1890s. Rafiq, don't do that. Study only from UPSC perspective right now. Jigyasa got no query from you. Himani, after that we studied the rise of provincial kingdoms. Yes, Sanika, to a certain extent you can say that. Crops, Tejas, directly. Siddhanta, you can see now previous year questions. That will give you an idea. For example, today, I will show you on Friday, this chapter has given 4 questions. So invariably, mains question comes from this area. Durga, there will be some similarities. Priyanka, the zamindar himself will not work on the land. So he will rent it to some people. Rafiq, you can do that. Thank you, Manish. Thank you, Dikshit. Purvita, you will have to send it to islive@byju's.com. Don't repeat the question, guys, because then, I cannot understand. Oshin, you are doing good. Don't worry about the dates. UPSC does not ask about the dates that much. Don't worry about that. Thank you, Uddhav Chisti. Comes from the word Reo, that means peasant Sejal. Not always Sangram. Thank you, Tejas. Thank you, Afreen. Chandrajyoti, I don't think always that is true. Thank you, Saranya, Kritika, Purvita, Maggie. Thank you. Thank you, Jagdish. Jigyasa, I am not getting your household assets. In which way? Sham, whichever suits you the best. For everyone, it might be different. Whatever suits you the best, you can do that. Thank you, Sachin. Whatever they were, they would decide what they are collecting. But out of the collection, 1/11th would be their Simani. Bhavna, which chapter you are finding difficult to remember the names? That's what, Jigyasa, I did not get your point only. How can you write? Make me understand that. Ritika, why did in Zamindar Erotwari when the Zamindar... Ritika, why did in Rayotwari system when the Zamindars were not there as in case of... Ritika, reframe your question. Not clear. What you are trying to ask, not clear. Jigyasa, I don't think. I'm not really able to think about this. Komal, have you made on your own? Show it to me. You will have to make on your own first. I told very clearly. Bhamna, make small notes, do a few revision. Make some small notes. No, Durga, they were the government officers. Whatever they were instructed, they could collect only that much. Palak, 1, 2, 3 is totally done. Now we are, in chapter 5 now. Yes, Siddhanta, there are disadvantages also. Thank you, Palak. Adarsh, with single line, you will never reach 150 words or 250 words. You will have to give the explanation. Himani, they focus more on cash crops. Stamp Shivani, on the letters we paste it. Rahul, I did not do based on girls and boys. I never did. When did today I say the chapter name? Tell me. Why are you, bringing this thing on me? I don't like this sort of behavior. When did I say to any girl? I've told very clearly today you will have to find. Not everything can be, given. Shivani, postal stamps. Please check if you don't know that thing. Good Jigyasa. Thank you, Nitish. Thank you, Himani. Shreya, make small notes. Shesh, what is your question? Sejal, write a few answers. You will become better then. Initially, everybody finds it tough. Goodbye, Jigyasa. Ritika, but at least the people should know, na? In South India, you did not have that only. Who would know it? Okay, Palak, I got it. You had not mentioned, you had not attended the previous classes, that's why. Divyani, I think it will be there for longer. Anjali, I have not got any question from you. Thank you, Ziba. Goodbye, Divyani. Anybody still in the class? Last 3 minutes. Subramania, it can come both in pre and mains. Atharv, that is very concise. Shyam, write something, show it, then only you can understand. When there is money, Shreyash, invariably there will be boost to the international trade with that. No, Ritika, because Mughal rule was never in South India that strong, so there was an absence of zamindars in South. Goodbye, Om. Thank you, Sajal. Sachin, the atrocities of the zamindar was 1 point. Sanskar, leave it then. Thank you, Subramanian. Did zamindars appoint collectors or government for revenue collection? Under the zamindars, it would be zamindars who would be doing it. Musharraf. Bestie, thank you. Sambhavi, thank you. Thank you, Ritika. Anjali, please tag me in that mail. I'll look into that. Shikalgar, if you have not done the previous weeks of lecture, please do the first 3 chapters of Bipin Chandra. Thank you, Ankur. Thank you, Musharraf. I'm not getting any question from your side. I don't think if there is anyone still in the class. If the class, thank you, Sachin. Because I have 2 more minutes. If you have any query, please ask me. Anyone? Last minute. Lopsided, unequal. No, Rahul. We first of all did chapter 3, then we went to 1, then we went to 2. Now we are going in 5th. So it's not going on chapter wise. And Shivani, it is lopsided. Sabir, you will have to write the answers. Then only it will be possible. You will have to show me an answer. Barkat, I'll check it. If you have sent the mail, if yesterday, then I'll reply by today. I am not getting any query from you people. So hopefully there is no one left in the class. All the answers are done. Barkat, then re-tag me in that mail. I'm not sure if I've got that mail or not. kumar.rohit@byju's.com. Thank you, Arpita. Shikalgar on ieslive@byju's.com. Bhavna, please ask your social issues faculty to address this question. Small K, Barkat. kumar.rohit@byju's.com. Sakina. Bhavna, I'm not sure what you are writing is correct. Thank you, Barkat. Mantesh, please re-tag me in whatever your problem is. Thank you, Barkat. Goodbye. With the class is done, 9:30, and let's meet tomorrow again at the same time. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.